All right, let's get right to it. I'm going to give you the pros and cons to owning in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I have a ton of pros, a couple cons, and let's dive right into it, guys. So one of the first pros is the location in New Jersey. It's right in the middle of the state. Can you name me another place in New Jersey where you can get to New York and Philadelphia by train? I'll wait. Maybe you could give it to me in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something. It's got two major hospitals, Robert Wood Johnson and St. Peter's Hospital. It's got Rutgers University. 50 to 70,000 students go to Rutgers University. You also have the Helix project coming, which is a major development project with hospitals renting out office space and Rutgers University renting out office space. Just a tremendous area. That's one of the best appeals to Rutgers is the location. You have a very strong rental market if you decide to own rental property in New Brunswick. I don't know if you know this, but about 3 in 4 people who live in New Brunswick rent. Again, I don't know where it's like that in too many other places in New Jersey, which is pretty cool. Tons of multifamily in New Brunswick. There's really a diversity of housing options in New Brunswick. And speaking of housing, there's also a housing shortage in New Brunswick. There's just not enough beds for people. So when you combine all that, there's just a tremendous demand for living in New Brunswick. Also a lot of development going on in New Brunswick, and development from small apartment buildings, large apartment buildings, some new construction houses, which is great to see. And so it's like a rising tide lifts all boats, that kind of thing. And then lastly, in my opinion, it's still undervalued compared to a lot of areas in New Jersey. Like you compare New Brunswick to areas in Bergen County or Essex County, Hudson County, New York City. It's still very undervalued, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, there are a couple cons, right? It's not all good. So what are some of the cons? Well, for one, there is rent control in New Brunswick, and you do need to know how to navigate that. It's not, it's strict, but it's not like communism, guys, where no matter what you do, like you're stuck with the rent control numbers. There are ways around that if you follow the guidelines that they give you. They also have inspections on these homes every 3 years. Again, this is if you own a rental property. If you're an owner-occupant, you don't have to worry about a 3-year inspection or rent control. But given that most people in town rent, I'm assuming that you're probably going to own a rental property. So every 3 years, the town will inspect, and they'll inspect for life safety issues. So they're going to check smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, fire extinguishers. They're going to check the railings to make sure they're not loose. They're going to check your GFI outlets, to make sure you have a GFI. If it's in a kitchen or a bathroom, are the bathtubs caulked? Is the sink caulked? Are the window screens ripped? If you're wondering why I know all this, it's because I've been on far too many CO inspections in New Brunswick, but that's what they look for. Also sidewalks, that's actually the tough one. When you're looking at property in New Brunswick, if the sidewalks are cracked, whoever's responsible for the CO, they're going to be responsible for paying for that before closing. Pro tip. I just gave you guys a couple $1,000s of value right there. So watching this video already paid for itself 10 times. And then the last con for New Brunswick is a lot of the homes are over 100 years old. So that's a pro because the houses are built with just bigger wood, thicker. So like the skeleton of the house is actually stronger than a house today. But it's a con because the houses can have knob and tube wiring, galvanized pipe, clay sewer pipes, slate roofs, single pane wood windows. So all those things can lead to costly repairs in the future. So all in all, New Brunswick, in my opinion, has a lot more pros than cons, and it's a city that's growing, that has tremendous potential. And anyone who owns in New Brunswick or lives in New Brunswick and you watch this video, you're probably nodding your head agreeing with me because like if you know, you know. And New Brunswick just has tremendous growth potential, and I'm personally all in on New Brunswick. So hope that was helpful. If it is, give a like to the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're going to continue to give you more content on various housing markets in New Jersey, and I hope this was helpful, guys.